Teachers continue to make their voices heard at the Capitol. An update on David Boren after his stroke, and over 6,000 students serve the OKC metro community. This is OU Nightly. Good evening and welcome to OU Nightly. I'm Ashley Eddy.
And I'm Cornelius. The teacher walkout may have ended, but that doesn't mean the state capitol is empty today. Representative Jacob Rosecrans posted this photo to social media just a few hours ago. It shows the gallery full of teachers, parents, and students alike. Several groups called for parents and other supporters to fill in for the teachers who are back in the classroom today.
OU Nightly's Jaron Spor spent this morning at the Capitol with some teachers who took leave to be there today.
The Oklahoma Education Association ended the walkout this past week, but that hasn't stopped the teachers from showing up and voicing their concerns regarding public education.
We still need to advocate for our students because we do not have full funding. We have increased in funding, but we don't have full funding.
Some schools sent delegates to come to the Capitol and continue the fight. There is fewer people here than the past couple of weeks, but that hasn't discouraged any of the ones still fighting.
I think you will see this number gradually build. I know that parents are being, gathered to come to kind of stand in place of the teachers that have gone back. So I believe that today may be a little bit of a lull, but I believe you'll see it climb right back up.
Although there wasn't as many teachers and parents at the Capitol today, they want to let the legislature know they aren't going away anytime soon. Jaron Spor, OU Nightly.
Many teachers say they will rotate with other teachers from their districts to keep a presence at the Capitol.
And more teachers are walking out of the classroom, but this time it's for good. One Norman teacher reported on social media that 18 Norman Public Schools staff members have put in their resignations after teachers were called back to the classroom. The resignations are effective at the end of this school year. OU Nightly reached out to Norman Public Schools about the social media post, but our emails to the district were not returned.
Teachers, parents, and community leaders continue to ask Oklahoma lawmakers to find additional funding for education. And as they put on the pressure, lawmakers are looking for new ways to generate the revenue to fund the requests. OU Nightly's Reagan Ledbetter joins us now with a look at what some are proposing. Reagan.
Ashley, the walkout is now over, but the journey to raise revenue continues for the state of Oklahoma to fund education. Lawmakers passed a $479 million revenue package, but that came with a quick repeal of the hotel-motel tax, reducing funding by $50 million. Some lawmakers are now turning to another way to generate funding.
Last Thursday, we were absolutely 100% gung-ho, move forward to do something on wind.
It has been nearly 3 weeks since the gross production tax on oil and gas was raised to 5%, and now the focus is shifting to another energy source, wind. Some feel that the wind industry has avoided being a part of helping with the solution for funding education.
They're very effective in their lobbying. They're very effective in convincing people that leave them alone and cut budgets and raise taxes on other people. Not other people, other areas.
Right now, there are 3 proposals concerning wind energy. The first is a production tax, which needs 76 votes to pass. The other 2 are reforms on the tax credits.
One does away with the zero emission completely, and this year alone that would pick up about, not this year, but I mean it would end a $74 million liability that we pay to the wind industry. Or you have another bill that would cap the wind industry to the tune of about $35 million, and you pick up about 37.
Leaders in the wind industry are quickly putting their foot down, saying this is all a bait-and-switch tactic.
There's been billions of dollars of capital investment invested in the state of Oklahoma, and going back retroactively on what the state granted these companies to come here, how they lured them to come here, and incentivized them to come here. To go back on that would jeopardize existing finances of these projects to the point that some could default on loans.
It may not be 50,000 people, but teachers and parents continued to put pressure on the representatives to come up with funding answers.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the walkout may be officially over, but the pressure is still on these representatives to kind of make changes and find answers to generate funding. These teachers all morning were asking, what's the next step for us? The walkout is 2 weeks long. It's the 3rd week, and so you got to find some answers.
Well,
That's
hopefully
right.
teachers and lawmakers can come together and get something worked out.
I hope so.
Well, thank you, Reagan.
Thank you.
Yep.
And OU President David Boren suffered a stroke at Bob Stoops' statue dedication on Saturday. He is currently still in the hospital, but will be released later today. Boren's press secretary Matt Epting says the president has fully recovered and will have no lasting impact from the stroke. And Olivia Whitehead is in the news center with the latest on Cohen's mystery client.
That's right. Lawyers for Michael Cohen asked a federal to order the government to return the documents seized in an FBI raid. The raid of Cohen's office, home, and hotel sought information related to payments made to keep two women silent who had alleged affairs with Trump. Cohen told the court he had 10 clients in the past year, including the president and former GOP fundraiser Elliot Broidy. Broidy acknowledged paying $1.6 million to a Playboy model he had an affair with. Cohen attempted to shield one client, saying it would be embarrassing to him. That client turns out to be Fox News anchor Sean Hannity. Hannity says Cohen never represented him. And the Organization for Probation of Chemical Weapons entered Syria after waiting 2 days to enter the chemical attack site. The OCPW team arrived the same day the U.S., UK, and France carried out airstrikes against the Syrian government in response to the earlier attacks. Western leaders blamed the Syrian government for the attack, killing 75 people. The OCPW team stated another 500 people were treated with symptoms from the chemical exposure. And the Starbucks CEO is apologizing today after two black men were arrested at a Philadelphia store location last Thursday. The store manager called the police because two men were sitting in a store and had not placed an order, something that is Starbucks policy for all customers. The men said they had been waiting for a friend to arrive. Starbucks CEO Kevin Johnson said he hopes to meet with the two men to apologize face-to-face, saying Starbucks stands firmly against discrimination. And prosecutors in Philadelphia said they will not pursue charges against the men. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Olivia. Well, today was the first day for the Week of Action Against Sexual Assault at OU. It's on Us is a national movement to end sexual assault with a task force at OU through the SGA. This is the first time This Is Us has done a full week of action on our campus. There are events throughout the week to educate students, including free self-defense training on Thursday. The campaign is also trying to get students to sign their pledge to support victims and stop sexual assault on our campus.
Empowering students and empowering victims to know that it's not their fault, that if it did happen to them, and to also end it on OU's campus.
Students can sign the pledge against sexual assault on the South Oval Friday or online through OrgSync.
And Ashley, I don't know if you got out on Friday, but I was down at the Art Walk on Main Street, and it was the wildfires in the west. The smoke had already blown into Norman.
I know. I got out, and it definitely hit me. You know, Michael, that fire is still happening today. What can you tell us about that?
Well, Ashley, there are fires burning right now. As you look off to western Oklahoma, we actually do have a fire burning just a little bit north of Lawton. You're going to see all the smoke right now, and there are several fires, and we're looking at some more fires that will be coming up probably today and tomorrow. If we look at the red flag warnings, all of western Oklahoma and the Panhandle right now under a red flag warning, and so we'll need to continue to start watching these burns. And then coming up, we have a fire danger with some severe storm chances, but we do have some rainy days on the way. I'll let you know more next.
Well, thanks, Michael. And still ahead on OU Nightly, OU students gear up for Earth Day with a whole week about going green.
Plus, kids may be brushing away their sweet tooth. Stay with us. Nightly. Big event took place this past Saturday and is OU's largest day of community service. More than 6,000 students collectively volunteered over 24,000 hours. The committee estimates Big Event saves the Norman and OKC metro area around $600,000 a year.
And today marks the start of OU's annual Green Week. The OU Vegan Club took to the South Oval today to educate students about veganism and the benefits that can come from adopting a plant-based diet. Animal agriculture accounts for a large portion of human carbon dioxide production. According to the Vegan Club, making the change to a plant-based diet can help save water and grain, as well as end deforestation and pollution.
If you switch to a vegan diet, you kind of help reduce the water usage that goes into feeding cattle and reduce the water that goes into the plants as well as the CO2 that's produced by the cattle.
Now, Green Week will run through Earth Day, which is this Sunday, April 22nd.
And good news for parents, bad news for dentists. Kyle Payne is here in Health Beat with more on a new study from the CDC.
The CDC reported numbers for cavities in kids are down close to 8% since 2012. While children's dental health as a whole seems to be improving, minority groups' cavity rate and untreated cavities continue to rise. Hispanic children had the highest rate, with more than 52% with cavities and 13.5% had untreated ones. The discrepancy seems to lie in a family's income, with low-income children showing cavities 52% of the time, while children in middle-class families sat just above 30%. And the New England Journal of Medicine published new research with promising results for lung cancer patients. Combining an immunotherapy drug, Keytruda, with chemotherapy nearly doubled the survival rate compared to chemotherapy alone. Dr. Leena Gandhi led the study and said combining immunotherapy and chemo was superior in terms of response, and the differences were not small. After 1 year of use, 69% of people assigned to Keytruda remained alive, versus 49% strictly using chemo. These results are expected to set a new standard for lung cancer patients. And over 200 million eggs were recalled this weekend, all thanks to a nasty salmonella bug that's already made at least 22 people sick. Roseacre Farms in Indiana issued the recall. Its eggs are sold to restaurants and grocery stores across 9 states in the country. This farm provides eggs for brands like Great Value, the Walmart brand, Sunshine Farms, and many Food Lion stores. Fortunately, Oklahoma is not one of the states where Roseacre eggs are sold. And I hope you guys are getting enough sleep, because night owls have a 10% higher mortality risk.
Man, I'm definitely not, Kyle.
I'm definitely not either. I can't say that's a good thing.
Maybe
getting a few more naps.
You know, with the college schedule, you're up late, doing work, working on essays, but we'll try.
We'll try.
Well, thank you, Kyle.
Thank you.
And Michael Bohling is standing by with our weather. Michael, what do you have for us?
Well, guys, it's sunny outside right now with some fires in western Oklahoma, but we have some rainy days coming up. I'll let you know more on that next. One here today with your forecast. Looking outside our 4-box cam, there is plenty of clear skies right now. We actually do have our new F&B cam. That is from the First National Bank up in Veneta, Oklahoma, towards the northeast between Miami and Tulsa. Right now it's 72 degrees outside right now. We do have some strong winds right now coming out of the south-southeast at 18 miles per hour. Tonight we're going to be cooling down about the lower 50s for the most part. We will see a few cities get into those 40-degree temperatures, for the most part staying in those 50s. Tomorrow, mid to high 80s across most of the state, but out towards Woodward and Elk City, we're looking at 90-degree temperatures with some very strong winds tomorrow, and that's where we're going to start seeing some more fire danger tomorrow. Today, we were at critical fire danger, but tomorrow we're looking at historic, which is going to be above average critical fire danger, and that's where we're going to see some of the strong fires like we saw on Friday, and that's going to be the main concern for tomorrow. But as we look ahead, on Friday, we do have a small chance for some severe weather, probably mostly towards the west and southwest Oklahoma. Most of these storms will stay in Texas, but I'm not expecting them to be too extreme. But we will, with the system, we are actually going to see some rain move through Oklahoma, and that's going to give us quite a bit of rain for the entire state. As this moves out into Arkansas, it's going to clear back up. But with this rain, we are going to see upwards of 1 inch for most of the state, and some areas will see over 2 inches of rain tomorrow. You see, Friday through Sunday, but that 2.1 inches in the metro. But as we look at tomorrow, another windy, remember that fire danger that's very critical tomorrow. And now, cooler and sunny on Wednesday. As we expand out the week, we're going to see temperatures dip down back into the 60s with a high on 57 on Sunday. But we are going to see those rain chances for the most part Friday and Saturday.
Well, I won't be surprised if Norman experiences a little flooding then, right?
Always happens.
Definitely always a risk.
Well, thank you,
Thank
Michael.
you.
And it was football time in Oklahoma once again.
Lauren, how did it go?
Guys, it was a cold and low-scoring spring game this year, plus the Oklahoma softball team couldn't be more on their game. Don't go anywhere, sports is around the corner. Welcome back. Spring can be for football too, right? Saturday was red versus white for the Oklahoma spring football game. Former head coach Bob Stoops' statue was revealed, visor and all, followed by a Trace Adkins pregame concert to rally Oklahoma fans. One fan even had the chance to race Marquise Brown, aka Hollywood, but to no surprise, number 5 prevailed. Oh, and there was some football played, a low-scoring game with only 2 touchdowns in overtime. OU Nightly's Josh Callaway and Collin Kennedy have more from the sidelines of Saturday's fall sneak peek.
Lincoln Riley was hoping that Sooner fans would show out for the spring game, and they did just that. I'm Collin Kennedy alongside Josh Callaway. And Josh, they did it even with a little bit of cold going on.
Oh yeah, brutally cold today. It was rough, trash flying all over the place, but still a pretty good day here at the stadium.
Didn't distract from the main event today, the spring game itself. Here's what players and coaches had to say about the big game.
We put our heart and soul into this one. I mean, every ounce we had, we put into this one. But we'll be ready to do it again, even better next year. I think our fans will know what to expect, and I think we can build a lot more around it as far as the university and make it great for everybody, not just OU football.
We both think we do really well, and I mean, I'm sure he has something he needs to improve on, like I do too. But I think we both made some strides today.
All right, Josh, let's address the obvious. There was a quarterback battle going on today featuring Austin Kendall and Kyler Murray. In your mind, who won the battle today and why?
Well, I think there's a lot to be decided still. Don't put too much stock in this game because it was so windy, but Austin Kendall definitely had the better game today. His passes had more zip on them, had a little better completion percentage, throw the lone touchdown of the game. I think today, Austin Kendall was a better QB, but like I said, a lot to be determined over the course of the summer.
They have the entire summer to continue to battle, but going to be a fun one to watch. Now, what was also fun was some other players snuck into the spotlight throughout the spring game. For you, who stood out and why?
Well, Rodney Anderson didn't play. Trey Sermon got hurt early. So Kennedy Brooks really got the most of the carries today. He caught some passes. Kennedy Brooks showed he can be a horse today. Maybe he can be the third back and get in the mix with those two guys. Look, Kennedy Brooks really stood out to me today.
My final question for you, what was your favorite event surrounding the game?
Trace Adkins, baby.
Trace Adkins. That one caught me off guard. That's all that we have. I'm Collin Kennedy alongside Josh Callaway. Tune in to OU Nightly weekdays at 4:30 and stay tuned on OUNightly.com for more information.
And OU softball cannot be stopped. Friday started with a shutout win against Kansas, their 18th of the season, thanks to the unstoppable Page pitching duo that forced the 5-0 win. Saturday, the Sooners won 15-4 in a run-rule 5-inning game, scoring 13 runs in the second inning. Another run-rule victory in 5 Sunday, this time a 10-1 takedown. The ladies advanced to 38-2 overall, 2 in the nation. Well, the weekend wasn't so hot for the other team on the diamond. Friday, the guys went into the 9th up 2 runs, but Texas got a leadoff walk in the top to score 3 runs and win 7-6. OU began Saturday with a 3-run advantage after the first, but were shut out from there 5-3. But Sunday, thanks to a career best from pitcher Nathan Wiles, Oklahoma defeated the Longhorns 6-0. And both OU gymnastics teams are in the NCAA finals this weekend. Before they take off, stars Yul Moldauer and AJ Jackson stop by Sooner Sports Pad tonight. You can watch live at 7:30 on Fox College Sports or on Fox Sports Oklahoma at 9:30. And if you're busy tonight, catch the replay right here on OU TV tomorrow after our newscast. Well, the Oklahoma City Thunder claimed Game 1 of their Western Conference playoff series last night, 116-108 against Utah. Russell Westbrook had 29 points and Carmelo Anthony helped out with 15, but it was Paul George who managed 36 points and set a Thunder playoff record of 8 three-pointers, letting everyone know about his alter ego playoff P. And guys, just in, Cam McGusty has officially announced he will be transferring to Miami.
You know, Lauren, the team's kind of falling apart right now.
Yeah, they are. It's going to look a lot like last year's team.
It'll be interesting to see how he does there, though.
Yes.
Well,
Thank you, Lauren.
And still to come on OU Nightly today was the Boston Marathon.
And the winner shakes things up for the first time in more than 30 years. Stay with us.
I'm Taitum Wilson at the OU Nightly Update Desk. A bomb squad is investigating a suspicious package at a bus stop in southwest Oklahoma City. Authorities say the object is a duffel bag that was left on the bus bench. Traffic is shut down in the area. And the OKC Police Department issued a silver alert for 79-year-old Carol Merrill. Merrill went missing around 2 p.m. on Saturday. Police are concerned because Merrill is diabetic and shows signs of Alzheimer's disease. That's it from the Update Desk. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Taitum. Well, it took 33 years, but today an American woman won the Boston Marathon. 34-year-old Desiree Linden, a two-time Olympian, finished in an unofficial time of 2 hours, 39 minutes, and 54 seconds. Linden took the lead from Kenya's Gladys Chesser just before mile 22. She did show some great sportsmanship when miles before she won, she slowed up and waited on her friend to use the bathroom before going on to make history. Quite a friend right there.
What a good sportsmanship.
Yep. Well, weather fact, back in 1990, we actually had recorded wind gusts of 92 miles per hour as severe thunderstorms moved through Oklahoma. So we have strong winds right now, but man, that's pretty powerful.
Well, they're not that strong right now. Well, thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching OU Nightly, brought to you by the Gaylord College at the University of Oklahoma.
We'll see you back here tomorrow night live at 4:30.
Have a great evening.
Good night.